hijackers are a massive, massive pain in the ass. Turns out, however, that there are some really, really simple ways to kick Amazon hijackers off of your listing, and even better still, to discourage them from coming on in the first place. And that's really, really what you want. You don't even want to get them there in the first place, okay? So I'm going to show you 5 amazing ways to dissuade hijackers from coming onto your listing. With that being said, let's go. It seems to me that an ounce of prevention is much better than a kilo of cure. And so let's talk about how to actually prevent getting a hijacker on your listing in the first place. Now, if you don't know what the hell a hijacker is, they do something where I'm going to do the one. Now, there we go. So right here, it says sell on Amazon, okay? What that means is Amazon wants as many sellers as possible to sell the products on Amazon. They don't really care that the product is yours and that you own the intellectual property for the product. What they want is a large number of sellers selling the product to ensure that the customer gets the best possible experience at the lowest possible price. And if one seller runs out of stock, then hopefully the other sellers have got stock. And so it's never, ever out of stock, AKA Amazon continues making money. Okay, so that's the basic premise for that. For us as sellers, it's a freaking nightmare because you don't want to get a hijack on your listing, because on a listing such as this, where you're a third-party seller and you own the brand, typically what a hijacker means is somebody who's going to rip off the customers. That's typically what it means at our level. Now, clearly, if you're a big brand and you've got hundreds of different outlets, then it's likely that you're going to have lots and lots of different sellers of the product on Amazon. But at the game we're playing, where we're third-party sellers, that's not the case. So you want to just make sure they don't come on to begin with, okay? So here's 5 ways to stop them, or at least to dissuade them from coming on in the first place. Way number 1 is to put your brand directly onto your product, okay? Put your brand directly onto your product. We've spoken about this before, but this is a really simple, elegant solution that stops people from contemplating selling your product, because they would have to also sell a product that's got your brand on it. And as a hijacker, that's pretty impossible for them to do. Okay, that's pretty impossible for them to do. So way number 1, put your brand directly onto your product and make sure it's visible like this is on your hero image. Okay, that works really, really well. Way number 2, use a lifetime guarantee. Now, you have to be careful with this, but all things being equal, a hijacker does not want to be in a situation where they are selling a product where they're going to be on the hook for a lifetime guarantee. Their strategy is get in, make the sale, get out of there. Okay, that's all they're interested in. Your strategy is building a long-term relationship with the customers and building a brand around the great products and services that you provide. Okay, so by offering a lifetime guarantee, it deters people from coming on your listing and selling the product, because if they do that and then the product is returned at any time, they're on the hook for it. Okay, so again, it works because it's a mechanism to stop people thinking about it, and all things being equal, they'll just go to an easier product to go and hijack that. Life guarantee. But you've got to be careful with it, of course. There are some problems with offering lifetime guarantees. Yeah, so you need to be careful with how you use that. But if you can use it, it's a really good thing to do. Next, brand registry. Products that are enrolled in brand registry are, to a degree, more protected than products that aren't enrolled in brand registry. I mean, there's a whole raft of very, very compelling reasons to become brand registered, not least of which you get access to a load of extra tools to help you sell more. But it also is a way to dissuade people from hijacking listings. Okay, so that's another good reason, another good kind of check against the brand registry box to get it organized and get it sorted. And to get brand registry, if you're new here, to get brand registry, you need a trademark to do that. And again, that's another way that we dissuade people from coming and nicking our stuff, stealing our listing. I noticed as well that they're giving away free Amazon transparency codes. This is in Australia. It's the only country where they're doing it, by the way. They're giving away free transparency codes for 1 year, which I think is interesting that they would choose to put that into Australia. I wonder what the theory is behind that. Anyway, next. Barcodes. So every single product that gets listed on Amazon must have a UPC, Universal Product Code for it. That's a requirement of Amazon. There are ways to not list something on Amazon, but Amazon is becoming increasingly militant about asking for barcodes. So in the past, there used to be something called what's called a GTIN exemption, and loads of those people got that exemption, and it meant they didn't need a barcode. Okay. However, what Amazon is saying now is the only products really that they're going to allow the exemption for is handmade products, meaning really kind of one-off products that get made once, get sold on Amazon, and that's kind of it. That's where they're moving that towards. Okay, so more than ever, you need to get yourself a barcode. I recommend, and Amazon recommends as well, GS1 barcodes. They're the very, very best. It's the standard to use. So why are barcodes important on Amazon? Well, if you have on Amazon a barcode that's only for that particular product on Amazon, and then you also sell on your website, for instance, on your Shopify website, essentially the same product, but with a different barcode, what that will do for you is it means that you don't, well, it does two things, actually. First thing, something we spoke about last week, it means that you're not subject to Amazon controlling your pricing on the platform. You're not subject to that because as far as Amazon's concerned, different UPC code, different product, therefore you can charge what the hell you like for it. But it also as well stops people coming to your website like this, taking your products and then selling them on Amazon. Stops that happening as well. Okay, so it's another way that you can prevent your listings being hijacked on Amazon by having a much different experience on Amazon to your website. Really cool thing to do. Last thing, a patent in China. So getting a patent for your product in the USA, in Australia, in Europe is really freaking expensive, like thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in the USA, $10,000, $12,000 in Europe, probably about the same again in Australia. In China, a design patent on your product is $300. So much, much different, much, much different. And so what that will do is it then gives you a design patent for that product. Anybody comes onto your listing, you can wave the design patent at Amazon's face and say, hey, I've got the patent for this. Nobody else can sell this product. Means you can persuade people to get off your listing, but if they check your listing as well. All this is run on software. They check your listing beforehand. They see you've got a patent. It dissuades them from even going on to begin with. Okay, and that's really what you want to do. You want to cut off their income at the source before they even get to your listing. So there you go. That's 5 really great ways of preventing hijackers on your listing. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of over 2,500 people and growing. We're the fastest growing community of e-commerce entrepreneurs right now, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you would like to find out more about what we do and also come and join us, get yourself off to www.aussieontrepreneurs.com.au. The link for that is in the description, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, bye for now.